Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
everybody, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2! Hope you're having a good one so far today and are gonna be enjoying yourself here as we have two extremely talented younger players right now. I say younger, they are a little bit becoming more part of the older generation here, I suppose, slowly but surely. They're no Junior Cup members, that is for sure. They're too gosh darn bloody well good for that one. They are pretty darn impeccably good at StarCraft 2. And hopefully that is what we're going to be seeing here between these two. A clash of titans, truly. Cuddlebear and Vanya. What a matchup. A TVZ finals, the best of 7 to add upon that legacy. Of course, we were planning to do it yesterday. Unfortunately, we were not able to do it yesterday as Vanya had a little bit of a fever. And he had to go be checked out at the hospital. Now, of course, that does mean that he is fine now. That's the good news. And we get 4 days of StarCraft 2 Special Series instead of 3 days, which, you know, in a way is probably better than 3 days, even though it's about the same amount of matches going to be played. I think more people in total are going to be part of enjoying this experience in total, so that is always a good thing. And anyway, Cuddlebear, he is here. Vanya is here. Let me tell them who is A. A is Vanya. B is Cuddlebear. Let me tell him that as well, just to make sure that they understand. They probably do. They're smarter than me anyway. I'm just going to pretend to be a little bit silly myself. Anyway, yeah, they're about to do the vetoing process here. Of course, I kind of want to tease everybody here with it taking a little bit longer. But, yeah, that means we got to chat a little bit here. So if you do want to talk about something, there is a little slight delay on the stream. It's not too much. I should be able to come back to you pretty darn soon with me still realizing what I've talked about that time period beforehand. It is 30 seconds, but don't tell the players that, because I do want to kind of stay a little bit of a questionable thing where it's difficult to decipher, so it's not quite sure how long it is and how much time they have. If anyone does decide to stream cheat, I don't think anyone will, of course, but you know what's rather safe than sorry. Anyway, yeah, Eternal banned, Purity banned as well. There we go. So Eternal banned by Vanya. Purity banned by Cuddlebear. We're going by the structure of ban systems where they both keep banning a map until we come to the final map that both players are okay playing. And after that one, we're going to be going with a loser choice here. As if we do go to game 7, we're going to be going onto every single map, right? So that is kind of the idea. They're going to be able to pick whichever map they want to start with together. And then whoever is at a disadvantage is going to be able to try to retake the advantage by picking a map here, which, you know, it makes a lot of sense to me. If you are going to have a vetoing system, that is probably the best way to do it, and try to keep it fair. Anyway, yeah, so I had a long day at work here today. I don't know what you guys are doing. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're doing fine. It's like 70% of the workforce at my job is just absolutely out of commission here today. And yeah, it seems like it's just going to be growing and growing. It's a little bit chaotic, honestly, especially because I'm in charge of trying to, how do you call this? Like, it's an understudy for the job where I'm working. I need to train somebody else as well at the same time. And yeah, it's a weird one. But anyway, it's nice to be here now. It's nice to be with everybody here, watching some StarCraft 2, watching Cuddlebear versus Vanya. Alright, so some more vetoes did take place. It looks like Vanya did ban Everdream, Cuddlebear bans Zen, and we're starting actually on Golden Wall. That is very surprising. Alright, well, let's do it then. Golden Wall, if they truly want it, we're gonna give it to them. East, please. Yes, I will try to make sure. Let me actually double check. Eastern, yes. Alright. We are good. We are good. Let's get these two players in here and get things on the way. So yeah, I hope you guys are still having an okay time at work. I hope you're still having a reasonable amount of stuff. Wait, what? Eternal. Oh, wait. Maybe we redo. Okay, so it looks like they were a little bit surprised with the overall map pool. Apparently, they thought we were picking maps instead of banning maps, which wasn't really my intention. But you know what, both players cuddle. Okay. Right, some confusion happening. Okay. Okay. Alright, so... Alright, we have our map order then. Alright, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Alright, let me grab a quick screenshot of the map orders here, and then we will head on in here. So we will start on Eternal. I was very confused about starting on Golden Wall. This is funny. Anyway, the difficulties of communicating certain things. Anyway, alright, there we go. We have the map order here now available for myself. Let me get this everything up and rolling. Right, good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Both players are ready. Guys, I hope you are ready too. Cuddle Bear and Vanya on their way to mess shit up here. Try and destroy their opponents. I think it's going to be a good one. I am quite excited about this one. Vanya yesterday beating Massa though, even when he had a raise in his temperature. Cuddle Bear though, no slouch when it comes to ZVT. Can he bring Vanya down? I think he has a chance here. I think he has a solid chance. Definitely, but still, I think Vanya is still the favorite here in this matchup. Oh my dear lord, please. Okay. The transition is already having a little bit of nightmare fuel added into the mix. Anyway, in the top right side of the map, we have our US of A, American Terran. He is in the green color from the Team Alpha X. He is Cuddle Bear. Didn't want to say from before I mentioned Team Alpha X, but he's the Alpha X player. Anyway, in the bottom left side, his opponent, the Red Zerg. He is fighting for Team B100 Esports. He is Vanya, the Russian. Going for a quick expand here. It's very typical that we have the Russian going for the red colors, of course. Not quite sure if he's doing this on purpose, or if he just likes to build on his story arc, his nation's history. Who knows? Cuddlebear going green. I don't know if this is like a Snoop Dogg thing, or if this is like a more of like a, how do you call it, Elon Musk kind of thing. But who knows? Who knows? Oh, it's probably not Elon Musk. It's what's it called? Al Gore kind of thing. Who knows? Knowing Cuddlebear, it might be both. It might be both. I'm kidding. He might just like the color green. That is probably all the reason to it. Anyway, the same goes for Vanya, by the way. Unless you don't want people getting the wrong idea here. There is his second base, almost about to be ready here. Cuddlebear also, of course, going for that quick Reaper expand. What else is he going to be popping out? It's going to be a Marine, very standard here. Wants to keep those Overlords away from getting the easy scouts here. And behind it, going for that factory. It's always very awkward if you don't build that Marine first of all, because then, of course, I mean, an Overlord just kind of flies in and you're sitting there like, oh, I don't really have anything to deal with this. And you're just going to be able to see absolutely everything I'm doing. And that's never a nice feeling, so it's always good to have Cuddlebear kind of, you know what, in a position where he is going to be able to deny the scouting to a certain degree. Of course, it's not always going to be completely denied, but it's still nice to kind of have it there. A possibility. Oh, well, shooting the Queen the wrong way here. Nice positioning there by Vanya, making sure the Queen doesn't get booped backwards and keeps that Creep Tomb alive, probably because of it. Very nice micro there. Now there are the Hellions being added and an incredibly quick third base here from Cuddlebear. Not something you see every day from a Terran player. And, well, usually because it's a dangerous thing to do. A lot of Zergs like to grab the Roach Warren a little bit early, even with grabbing a quick third base. And then like to start putting on the aggression here. And as a Terran, you kind of need to be ready with some sort of a defense. Either that would be the Banshee play, or it would be the Siege Tank play. Or even adding in more bunkers, of course. That is a possibility too. Overlord coming in already sees that there's a gas missing here. And now it's going to be able to spot out that very quick third base. What is going to be his response here? Is he just going to drone up like mad? He definitely could. Or is he going to try to attempt to throw down a Roach Warren and put on the aggression key? Press down that R key for the roaches. Yeah, it's always a possibility. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway. Looks like he's just going to be droning up. He's making 2 Overlords though. Grabbing Evo Chambers. So yeah. I mean, this really is just him going for a whole lot of macro behind this. Oh, Hellions and a Reaper coming in here. I'm going to be able to get too much work done. Another Hellion does make his appearance though. But the Queens, it looks like they are absolutely in a wonderful position to kind of hold back most of the aggression that comes into this third base. The second base, of course, because of this, a little bit further open. Wait, you can... Alright, I keep forgetting this is a thing you can do with the production thing. It comes up here. Sorry about that. I'll try to focus a bit more. Cuddlebear now just poking, trying to keep that creep at a distance, of course. Wants to negate as much of it as possible. Engineering base as well being constructed by him. Killing off only 1 creep to me there for a scan. Not the greatest of trades, but maybe he's going to be able to rotate into the third base now with all the Queens in this position here. The Overlord scouts again trying to figure out exactly what the army composition is of Cuddlebear. Sees a whole lot of Marines and immediately adds a Baneling nest because of this. Lay attack also on the way. Actually, I'm not quite sure. Maybe the Baneling Nest was already being constructed, but who knows? Who knows? It's still a very good counter against those Marines, of course. So it's nice to have it. And it's, you know, around that same time period when it was thrown down. Now, a Cuddlebear engineering base are in the front part of the wall. So if Vanya did go for the aggression, you know what? I think I kind of like it. I guess you would lose those upgrades, but losing the upgrades might not be the biggest of deals when you are being heavily aggressed upon. This is a nice little bit of a, you know, timing attack, isn't it? Those Hellions need to do more damage, though. Oh, just enough links here for Vanya. Just clean it up. No problem, no sweat. Easy pickings. I mean, the fourth base did get denied there for a little bit, so that's always nice to see here for the Terran player, but then again, ooh, Cuddlebear losing those units now as well. Has more than enough, though, at home still to hold on against these low amount of lings. And then again, losing all those Marines might come to bite him in the behind later on, as soon as those Mutalisks come on the field, of course. Baneling speed in production, as well as, let's take a look, combat shield. Not the most important thing, but 3 reactors though on those barracks. Heavily gonna rely upon the Marine composition here together, mixed in with a couple of siege tanks and medevacs, of course. Oh, Cuddlebear once again being aggressive here out on the map. Taking down quite a bit of creep here. But immediately, you know what, Vanya reacting here and putting, well, sending queens over to try and replace those lost creep tumors. Cuddlebear, is he really gonna try to move out once again here? He doesn't really have the amount of forces that you'd think you'd need right now to start being aggressive. He's also building a 4th base, so maybe that is the reason why he wants to keep the Zerg at a distance. Maybe keep him just busy. He does have enough medevacs to pick everything up here. Oh, but he goes for the siege with these siege tanks. I'm not quite sure if that was the right choice here. The Banelings coming closer and closer to those Marines, and yeah, Cuddlebear loses absolutely everything here. I think that was a little bit of an overstep. Overzealous as well, trying to siege up afterwards. I don't think that was the right call there, but it was a split-second decision, of course, that he had to make. Those are always the most difficult decisions you have to make, right? Do I siege? Do I not siege? Can I take this? Can my Marines hold off the links and Banelings enough in time? And, well, if you wait just a split second longer, then perhaps the answer is going to turn from a yes to a no. And, you know, wanting to avoid that, of course, going for the siege anyway, and being punished quite heavily because of it. Now, Cuddlebear, this is a nice bit of aggression here. Might be able to pick off a couple of those Mutalisks as well. That's some good stuff. Now, and you know what? That hatchery isn't going to have that much HP. Should be able to be picked off here, but the Mutalisk coming around, flying right for that medevac. Will not allow it to escape here, it seems. Oh my dear lord, that's already a hive tech on the way as well. Vanya's in a very solid position. Doesn't feel that threatened by his opponent right now. But Cuddlebear, I mean, his economy hasn't been slouching that much either. He has been trying to keep up here. Building a whole lot of bases. And you know what, his production is making those floors, getting the +2/+2 for his weapons and armor. But actually, +2/+2 already finished up here for Vanya, and it looks like he might be on time here with his +3/+3. If both of these started as soon as they can, I think it might be starting around the same time. That is probably the price you pay for going for this many bases early on as Cuddlebear. Trying to catch some more of those Mutalisks. Grabbing a couple of them. Nothing too major happening here. Look at this. Those queens already being tasked to go over there before even anything gets here to clean up those Marines to secure this area. That's when you know that somebody knows exactly how long it's going to take those queens to get there. So he knows it's going to be okay, as he knows how long it's going to take for his army units to get there. That just comes with a whole lot of experience. Now that's a pretty ridiculous amount of Banelings here to just go for a flanking route here. Wants to blow up a base, probably. Should want to blow up a base anyway with this amount of Banelings here. Now, there are 2 siege tanks, but they did just unsiege here, and the entire army of Cuddlebear is moving away as to pull those workers. And now the Banelings blowing up that planetary fortress quite decisively. And Vanya, I mean, even after that, he is still ahead in army supply. He is making more Banelings now as well. Look at that. Still has a very solid Baneling count. And the Mutalisk. This is pretty nice that the Thor is still here, of course, but could be magic books. Doesn't get magic books as nicely as could be. But you know what, there's nothing too much here anymore to really deal with them anyway. There was no repair on those missile turrets. And that could be trouble, definitely. Oh my dear lord, we almost lost a lot of Marines there. You know what, we might still do not the greatest of splits here from Cuddlebear, unfortunately. And yeah, it looks like he's going to lose most of his army. And now, trying to deal with these mutants. You know what, ultimately it looks like he will clean them up here. Thanks to that great Widowmine hit, but still losing more workers though, of course. His attack here absolutely annihilated as well. Really no damage to be found here for Cuddlebear, unfortunately. Of course, he did lose this base right here, and he lost his army just now. So, Vanya, you know what? He's just taking all the trades as he wants to. And he's doing it very solidly. He's been doing it for a while now, and gonna put Cuddlebear on the back foot here. Especially considering that these Ultralisk are now coming out on the field. They still want their speed upgrade, of course, but that's already on the way. No problem there, but yeah, it's going to force Cuddlebear into a different type of army composition. He was already making those Liberators, so that's definitely going to help him out in this situation. But then again, Vanya already had a good amount of Mutalisk as well. So I don't know. Alright, only has 4 remaining now, so that's not as fantastic as it used to be. But it's still pretty reasonable. 5 workers do fall down here, trying to lure those Ultralisk into the Liberator zones. A couple Corruptors as well coming in, but you know what? Nice targeting there from those Marines. Don't want to get hit by the Banelings. Do not, a little bit actually, get hit by the Banelings. Without Marauders here, it's very difficult to get rid of all the Ultralisk. And GG, well played is called. Vanya takes a first game here. And that's going to put him on a 1-0 lead. Even though we started on the American servers, he doesn't mind, he doesn't care. He just wrecks you anyway. Right, that means we're going to go to Europe now, though. And that is bound to give Vanya a little bit more of an advantage. But the thing is, we are going to go on to Cuddlebear's map choice, which is a Purity. Purity and Industry. Here we go. Game Heart activated. Let's get both these players in here. Alright. Where's Vanya? There he is. There's my friend. He's already in here. Without me inviting him. Magic. I think Cuddlebear and Vanya might be friends on the Battle.net forums here. Anyway, game number 2. Vanya says go-go. Lobby. Alright, Cuddlebear's a go-go as well. Good, good. And let me double check here. Actually, I need to find my notepad. Let's be ready for the next one. Let's do a little bit of a sponsor message the next after next game. All right. I know you guys don't love them, but we love our sponsors, so we kind of have to. All right. it's kind of how this entire thing works. Unless if you guys start investing a whole bunch of money into us. Enough money to support all these players and support me as well, please. Try to, at least. And then support the team overall as well. All this stuff that we do. Anyway. Support us. Or just keep watching and be okay with the sponsors. And, you know, it still would be helpful, actually, the support. Anyway. In the 12 o'clock location, there's a Green Terran player. He is fighting from the US of A. Cuddlebear, the Alpha X Terran. And right here, the 3 o'clock base has been taken by a red Zerg player from Russia. B100 Esports. Or Team B100. It is Vanya. Going for that pool first here. Wants to play it safe. Wants to make sure that there's no Reaper rushing across the map here. That might be able to get a whole lot of value. Or a proxy Rex taking place. That could hurt him indefinitely. Because after all, guys, a bad opening is going to lead into a bad mid game. And a bad mid game is going to lead into a horrendous late game. And only if we find a fine-tuned balance between those two types of bad and good. Maybe a little bit bad on both, or maybe, you know what, both are just doing great things, then that's when we get the great late game. And that's what we're kind of hoping for here, of course. No build order wins just yet. And we're hoping for that mid game to kind of go smoothly as well here. Cuddle Bear, you know what, losing his army there a couple of times in the middle of the map. A little bit unnecessarily, probably. Wasn't quite sure what kind of forces Vanya would have available here. Now his SCV is moving in here. Sees that the hatchery is not done yet, and should be aware that there is in fact Zerglings on the map already. We can see his adjustments with his Reaper pathing, going for a defensive stance instead of the aggressive stance, trying to get the scout off. Realizes that Zerglings aren't here just yet, so is gonna move out on the map regardless of what he just scouted with that SCV. And to be fair, those 6 links are of course still in here, in the natural base and the main base here of Vanya. So a good call by Cuddle Bear, being able to figure out what is happening here. And you know what, might... Ooh, no, isn't going to be able to get that creep tumor, unfortunately. The Queen too close to it. Also the Zerglings, of course, too hot on the heels of the Reaper there to really get any work done. This is interesting. Actually, we had 2 Marines being created here by Cuddle Bear. I'm not quite sure if that was a mistake. And that's going to mean he's going to have a slower reactor and, well, a single Hellion being built here instead of the double Hellion. Well, to be fair, any Overlord trying to get in here for a scout now is going to have twice as much trouble to get the scouting information that he wants to. This barrack, barracks, okay, it is going to land still. And a starport, look at that. Seems like it wants to be hidden here for Cuddle Bear, that starport. I'm not quite sure why just yet, but who knows? Who knows what that could be? Could try to go for a Hellion drop, perhaps? Is that a thing people do a lot against the Zergs? I think it might be, right? Because Hellion's already a very good thing against Zerg. If you just add them into a drop as well, I mean, you might as well. Definitely on a map like Purity and Industry, there's a short airspace distance and quite a nice little bit of open area here to start dropping units in and then run them into a mineral line. Not too shabby at all, especially if you're going to open up with a Viking as well to clear up that airspace and allow your units to get even more damage done. But I don't think actually it will be the medevac drop here with the Hellion says, you know what, Fusion Core is already halfway done. Which is fair as well, I'd say. So he is going to go for the Battle Cruise attack here, actually, combined with a Hellion attack of, well, aggression, I should say, from the front. That is, of course, a very solid strategy indeed. For a moment I thought I was an SCV running towards that third base to start to take it, but probably not the best of choices here. Battlecruiser actually supply blocked. Ooh, that is a slight turn for the worst here for Cuddle Bear. Gonna delay that Battlecruiser by quite a bit actually. Now immediately supply blocked once again. Has to keep on adding those supply depots. Cuddle Bear, unorthodox mistakes here coming out of him. And leaving that supply depot wall up open as well. It's not going to be able... Oh my dear lord. Even lets them into the main base here. And that means they're going to get the full scout on. And see these battle cruisers here. He saw, you know what, very weird maneuvers from Cuddlebear. I'm not used to seeing Cuddlebear struggle this much with things like this. It might be a sign that he's just not feeling it today. That could be the case. Maybe he's suffering from too much sleep deprivation right now. Maybe he managed to turn it around. He had so much sleep deprivation that right now it's no longer benefiting him somehow. It's actually being negated by the pure, you know what, unadulterated sleep deprivation. These Hellions are getting quite aggressive here, transforming into Hellbats right on top of those screens. Battlecruiser comes in as well, but the Banelings are already available. Nice splits coming out of Cuddlebear here, though. And yeah, they managed to hit up on just a single Hellbats here. So is that all the Banelings available? There's two more somewhere. There they come. And again, great splits from Cuddlebear. Honestly, that's some great micro here. I was giving him a hard time earlier on about his micro and his control, but he's kind of redeeming himself immediately. Battlecruiser trying to get rid of that Spore Crawler. Definitely a big shot here. 10 workers so far going to get gunned down, or flamed down, I should say. Maybe not as much damage as you would hope for, but still a whole bunch might want to target down those drones here. And oh my god, now it's going to stack up here quite quickly. 15 workers going to go down. The Battlecruiser is going to fall though, and that's a big deal as well. Losing that first initial Battlecruiser here. Definitely not what you would want to see. Hellions want to get microed rather nicely against these Lynx here, and so far doing a really good job. And yeah, managed to clean up the Lynx without, almost without casualties. One of them barely does a fall. Now overall, was that worth it? That aggression from Cuddlebear? I think it might have been, alright? I think it might have been. I mean, he's on 61 workers versus 58 right now. The one problem I have is, of course, that he did lose that Battlecruiser. I would have loved to see that Battlecruiser survive, get repaired, and now he would have had 2 Battlecruisers. But, to be fair, he didn't go for Yamato Cannon, so it's a whole lot less of an investment here for him to try and get that sorted. So, in a way, you know what, it's not the worst thing that could happen. But then again, I mean, he is still making more Battlecruisers, so maybe in the end, later on, he wants to grab that Yamato Cannon regardless, and then I'm gonna feel like it's a waste again. Force almost killing their own SCVs here by blowing up the the Banelings a little bit too quickly with their tiny Thors right next to it. SCVs truly are just kind of baby Thors, aren't they? If you think about it. This is a lot of Hellions. They might be able to get right on top of all the drones here. Oh my dear lord, there's nothing to defend. There's still nothing to defend here. Vanya went for a Nidus Worm, but where are his ground forces? He has 9 roaches so far. That's not a whole lot. And now 18 workers once again going down. Alright, I mean, that are the roaches, but I mean, that's too late for sure. That's too late for certain. He does have Corruptors coming in. I mean, this is a blind spot right here for Cuddlebear. If there is the Nidus Worm to be taking place right here, then that might be a lovely choice here for Vanya if he realizes that this is in fact a blind spot. Does he manage to hit it right here, right now? He is going to go for the Swarm Host as well. And Swarm Hosts do rather incredible, of course, against those mech units. Cyclones coming in, Battlecruisers as well. Those tech labs need to be saved. One on fire there. And a wonderful job so far from Cuddlebear, keeping those alive, of course. Quick and draw on the trigger, the micro trigger, keeping the stuff alive here. A Nidus Worm, you know what, actually in a pretty reasonable position here. Should be able to lay waste to this third base, or at least put it under pressure. I'm not sure if it will actually kill anything with this amount of Hellions and Hellbats there, but definitely a good starting position for those Swarm Host. Already has a Roach here as well to start up the secondary Nidus. That's exactly what he does, and more Swarm Host on the way here. Supply depots and missile turrets being put in. Actually getting hit by a siege tank here. Wants to try and get as much time value out of these units as possible. But yeah, like I said, a lot of Hellbats here, so already do for all the Locusts fall. Supply depots as well. Will there more of them well, will more value be obtained here by the Swarmers on the left side? There definitely should be. Not that much as in a way of protective Hellbat forces there right now. But you know what, Cuddlebear is already rotating around. Oh my dear lord, with this amount of Cyclones might actually... Oh no, he's going the wrong way. Doesn't spot it in time. Okay, now he does. Now he does. He needs to target down the exit path here for those Swarmos, but doesn't manage to get it in time, unfortunately. Battle Cruisers trying to come in here with the Thors and the Siege Tank as well. Needs to get rid of the the Locust before too much damage is taken. 8 SCVs though. 9 actually do fall. That is a good amount. More Ravagers, another Nidus Worm here in, well, towards the third base. Corruptors into the main base as well. There are missile turrets here. Repair has to be used. The Orbital trying to fly away. Looks like it won't be enough though. That's a nice pick-off indeed. And brilliant maneuver there actually by Vanya, realizing that that could be a possibility. And, well, possible pick-off for him. Cuddlebear now kind of with his back up against the wall here, perhaps. Wants to try and get as big an army as possible. And yeah, I mean, alright, these Locusts once again shouldn't be able to get too much done. Too many Hellbats here. But maybe in combination with those Roaches and the Corruptors, maybe some damage might still be obtained some other way by forcing all the units from Cuddlebear to be on that third base. Yeah, not much of a response coming out of Cuddlebear here to try and safeguard his main base here from those Corruptors. Looks like he's actually going to lose all 4 of those factories here. And he's just going to go for a counter-aggression now. You know what? I would be okay with this. Were it not for that he is not that high up on his supply. And a lot of those mech units are already quite hurt. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to unfold for him. One good wave of Locust might be able to get quite a good amount of the forces here. Those Siege Tanks, the Thors, well, the Hellbats as well. Oh my god, the Hellbats actually getting absolutely annihilated here by a whole lot of those Banelings. And that might be another GG right here, right now. After Cuddlebear just kind of loses the entirety of his army. GG. And yeah, just tiny things going wrong here for Cuddlebear in the starting parts of the game. And just doesn't manage to really get himself a foothold in any type of advantage. And Vanya once again slapping down Cuddlebear. It does mean that we will be going back to the American states, of course, where Cuddlebear does have a slight advantage, perhaps, to his opponents. Let's take a look at the list of maps. Next one will be Everdream. Everdream, you know what? Solid map, but then again, I mean, it is Cuddlebear's enemy, Vanya, who chose that map, so who knows? Who knows? Not the greatest of times to go on your opponent's map here. Alright, anyway. Everdream. Everdream. Vanya, get in here. Cuddlebear. Oh, that's my little Cuddlebear. Where is he at? I don't think he's online just yet. Gonna have to wait for him. Unless if I don't have him on my friends list here. That would be awkward. Should do. I should do. I don't. Oh, maybe I don't. I don't know. Well, he's not on the EU side of the server just yet. There he is. Alright. Just took him a while. He was just pretending to be odd here for a while. Summoning his inner art. There he is. There he is. And the go-go has been called. Right. Okay. Starting the game. And of course, guys, as I said, let's talk about one of our sponsors. I think maybe the previous game even. Anyway, G Fuel. Right now, we want to give a huge shout out to G Fuel, as they are the official drink of esports and the official drink of Alpha X as well. Since 2014, they've been the official drink of esports. A little less long, they've been the drink of Alpha X, but to be fair, they have been providing top gamers such as PewDiePie, Dr. Disrespect with energy, focus, and endurance. They've released their new flavor, Castro's Guava. A flavor that pays tribute to the streamer Castro's rich Mexican heritage. And you know what? That new flavor does come in a limited edition collector's box if you want it to be. So that would be a nice add to your collection. If you do like collecting things, and you know what? Every human being I know likes collecting at least something. And well, G Fuel adds to our prize pool as well, so make sure to help them out on the Matcherino page, guys. It would be very much appreciated. Alright. Oh, out of the way. Let's get going. Also, of course, remember... G Fuel. Alright. There it is. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we go. In the bottom right side of the map, we have a red Zerg. I don't know why I'm talking with a German accent, because he is, after all, Russian. He is the B100 esports team. Vanya. Haha, Vanya. In the top right, we have a green Terran player. He is from the US of A. He's from Team Alpha X. He is Cuddle Bear. Okay, alright. Getting things on the way once again here are our two players. It looks like a standard opening from both of them, going for the, well, a little bit greedier openings here. The standard greedy openings. And we're still kind of hoping that Cuddle Bear will be able to pull his weight. Not allow Lynx to scout out the initial scout of the battlecruisers, of course. It's going to backfire in the end. As we saw before, definitely not what you want to have happen. Anyway, let's take a look at how it's going to pan out for this guy this time around. Cuddle Bear, Reapers. One Reaper at least. The tintillating little bits of micro, of course, that take place between those links and the Reaper. Unfortunately, the Reaper not really always going to be able to get anything done here. Not a single Ling, in fact, going to be taken out here. Is going to try to go for the Creep Tumor. Does manage to get that one. That is pretty darn big. Just a slither of health. Actually, 4 HP remaining on that Reaper. That's a good start. That's going to put a little bit of a skip back into his step here. Even though he is, of course, 2 games down right now. Needs to win 4 games in total. Cuddle Bear, can he do it? I would love to see it happen. Cuddle Bear actually beating the opponent that managed to beat Masa here yesterday. But will it happen? That's the question. Does he have the stuff that he needs to be able to pull out a win here? To get himself that victory. A little bit of indecision making here, or indecisiveness I should say, between what his build order is going to be, or what units he's going to be producing. Looks like he will be adding in that Liberator here, and is going to go for a stim pack with the Tech Lab on the barracks right now. Does manage to grab another one of those Creep Tumors, so he's, you know what, he's doing a pretty good job with that, for certain. But then again, of course, those aren't the most crucial things. It's just a tiny thing that might be able to make life a little bit more easy going here for the Green Terran player. But will it be enough here for Cuddle Bear to grab himself the initiative, to grab himself the opportunity that he needs to? I don't know if any of that will be. It's such, you know what, tiny advantages that he's gonna need a little bit more. We have to consider as well that previous game, Cuddle Bear managed to do quite a bit of damage with the initial battlecruiser Hellions, even though it did get scouted. Yeah, still managed to grab 15 worker kills there. Unfortunately, he did lose that battlecruiser, of course, and you know what? It's always that what-if scenario. If you didn't lose that battlecruiser, maybe you would have been able to grab more drone kills later on to combine up with the other battlecruiser. Maybe it would have been more worth it for him to try and grab the Yamato cannon as well. Gain value that way by trying to just Yamato down the Corruptors. But anyway, enough what ifs about the last game. Look at this game right now, grabbing 21 worker kills. It's hard to ask for a whole lot more here. I don't think you are legally allowed to ask for more worker kills than 21 with a attack with 8 Hellions pretty much and 1 Reaper. Wait, did that Liberator come in as well someplace? It must have, right? It did get taken out. I'm not quite sure how many worker kills that Liberator got, but looks like, you know what, most of the kills definitely did take place here. Looking at the worker counts, Vanya does have 3 bases, and he did grab himself 6 gas geysers here. Actually, no, 5. Second one in the main base not having been constructed just yet. Might be because that is going to be one of the easier bases to defend later on. That could be the case. That would be an interesting take on things. Oh, this is also pretty cool. Cuddlebear is going to be able to grab a advantage on the upgrades this time around, it looks like. As long as the armory is up and rolling in time too, he can definitely make sure to just have an enormous opportunity here with the upgrades. Only now the upgrades start for Vanya. As we see now, the upgrades for Cuddlebear pretty much halfway already. Oh, but Vanya is going to go already for a infestation pit as well. Very curious to see if that's going to be for another wave of Swarmhost, or if it's going to be the Infestus this time. Oh, you know what? It might just be for a quick hive tech as well. That could be the case too. It's hard to say with Vanya. He is pretty darn good at most of those things. And that's the scary part of this opponent. You're not quite sure what he's going to go for. And especially because he's going to be able to bring the pain with most of those things. You know what? This is some pretty nice harassments already. Cuddlebear should be able to target down this hatchery right here. It's going to be able to quite a couple of Marines as well, surviving as he is doing quite a bit of damage right now. Dropping the Marines and needs to give another stim here quickly. Okay, does manage to pick up in time. 2 more medevacs coming on the top side. Might be able to clean up some creep. Just go for the creep cleaning, I'd say here to Cuddlebear if I could tell him anything. As you know what, that is, might be able to get Vanya to force himself to start keeping the focus on making more links, making more roaches and stuff like that. Other than that, you know what? Ultimately, if you kill enough creep, you're going to be able to grab the workers eventually anyway, right? Or even another base here. Look at that. Only 4 roaches available on this side. Oh, Lynx are still moving in this position here. Want to make sure that this base doesn't die again. That opportunity is closing here for Cuddlebear a little bit, as the hatchery does get more and more HP as time goes on, but it's still a little bit of damage dealt here. Picks up, tries to get out of there. Oh. More units coming through the middle as well. Slapping down, getting rid of some more nice little acne there on the map. And this is a pretty darn solid push right now from Cuddlebear, although there are a lot of Ravagers and Roaches already coming from behind. The Bioforce is still pretty darn strong, but perhaps those siege tanks a little bit unprepared for the attack that did come in here. And you know what, again, the 4th base does get taken out, and we're seeing another drop here, actually managing to take down a whole lot of drones. It looks like Cuddlebear definitely is setting himself up to be in a lovely position here. Dropping into the main base as well. Want to see another stim here. Alright, Stimson gets on out of that. Knows that it was not a fight for him to really win. But once again, 14 workers do get picked off here for Vanya. And if we look at the supply right now, that is pretty darn stellar here for Cuddlebear. Anticipating a 4th base to be put down any time now. Wait, oh, it's already... Wait, where is it? Where is it being... Oh, there it is. Okay. I didn't see that. Anyway, so yeah, Cuddlebear already going for that 4th base here as well. Gonna tie up base count. And, you know, that 4th base for Cuddlebear is actually gonna finish up sooner than the one for Vanya. Although, of course, it still needs to transform into an orbital. And it still has to fly over. So, ultimately... Probably not quicker, but you know what? It might be nothing to worry about, as Vanya might just, you know what, bite the bullet here. It might be able to get killed off here in the first game that he loses. After 2 gosh darn strong looking victories. Getting killed off by another base. He does have Ultralisk here now, so he wants to try and commit for this one. Not give up just yet. Wants to try and get as much damage as possible. But you know what? The forces of Cuddlebear are just able to kill off the Ultralisk entirely. And Cuddlebear manages to get a victory here on the board against Vanya. So a 2-1 score right now. That shows Cuddlebear trying to creep back into this series. Only 1 game behind right now. That is not too much anymore. 2 games behind. It's getting a little bit frightening. 1 game behind. It's starting to become manageable again. Alright, let me see what the next map is. It will be Zen. Zen will be our 4th map. It's going to be played, of course, on the EU side of things. You know what? This is kind of nice because, in a way, we're playing a map choice from a player on the server, which is not their server. So, every time we play a map, one player kind of has an advantage and one player kind of has a disadvantage, right? So, first of all, one player is going to be able to get the map that they chose. The other player is going to be able to play on their own server. Not too bad, not too bad. You know what? This might be a good vetoing system. Alright, Zen. Here we go. Zen LE, of course, the leather edition. It's the best type of Zen. People say that Zen, the best type of Zen is the type of Zen that you get after a whole lot of meditating. They're wrong. They've never played StarCraft 2, apparently. Of course, it is the type of Zen that is in StarCraft 2. The same for Purity and Industry. Best experienced within StarCraft 2. Same goes for the Nightshade. I don't know. Everything that is any StarCraft 2 map, of course. Just a whole lot better. Cuddlebear needs a 2nd here. I'm not quite sure how long he does need, but we're going to have to wait and see how long he's going to need. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you still are enjoying the cast here. It's a little bit quiet in chat. I would love to see a little bit more interaction, perhaps, but I'm not quite sure how many of you have this stream muted kind of in the background right now doing something else. I mean, that is the way that a lot of people do watch StarCraft 2. It's kind of the way that I watch StarCraft 2 as well, to be fair, so no harsh feelings there, but oh well, oh well. Anyway, looks like both players are ready, so let's get them rolling. Let's not let them wait any longer. Cuddlebear and Vanya grabbing themselves a 2nd game on the European server. So it's game number 4. Game number 4 in total. Cuddlebear's map choice, Vanya server. Here we go. I like this. I like this actually. This is turning out to be pretty good. This way of doing it, the veto systems. I'm glad that they came up with this. I'm glad that they decided to do a normal type of veto system. In the top right side of the map, we have a green Terran player. Being a little bit cheeky here, he's from the American side of things. He is Cuddlebear, the Alpha X Extraordinaire. In the bottom left side, B100 Esports is Zerg player. In the red, the Russian, it is Vanya. Going for a Overlords here. Flying already into the right direction to scout for any type of proxy. And unless if Vanya changes direction, well, this is going to get scouted ultimately. It is the second overlord though. The first overlord is going the opposite direction, which does kind of work in favor here for Vanya. And Vanya, which also, another thing that works in his favor is of course this early pull. Going for the pull first here. He did go for the hatchery before he went for the gas, so the speed upgrade is going to be a little bit slower than it could have been. But that does mean that, you know what, if Cuddlebear does go for the Reapers here, he might be able to out-micro those Lings. Unfortunately, he does go for the Marines. And yeah, most likely this is just going to be absolutely demolished. Please tell me this Overlord is actually going to scout this. Oh my dear lord. He doesn't. Okay, he sees his SCV though. He sees the SCV. He should be aware right now. Sending those Lings over here, trying to get ready. And yeah, that's a bit of a build order panic here now for Cuddlebear. Needs to try and, you know what, micro these Marines as much as he can. Losing one already here, unfortunately. Losing one of the SCVs, two of the SCVs immediately. And Vanya puts down a Roach Warren. He realizes that most of the eggs in the basket are on his side of the field here for Cuddlebear. And yeah, I mean, if he just goes on the counter-aggression, that's going to mean a whole lot of trouble for our American Terran player here, who has most of his production on the opposite side of the field. 3 Marines are marching across now. Gonna have to deal with those 6 Lings, of course. Who wins? 3 Marines or 6 Lings. Well, looks like the 3 Marines should be able to pick this one off. Another Marine comes in here. There we go. Easy victory. But, of course, those Roaches are going to be a whole different challenge. A whole different thing to deal with. A entirely different biscuit to chew upon. Second base for Cuddlebear is being put on that high ground. He is still unaware completely of those Roaches. Actually, maybe these Marines did scout them out right now. So now he knows. You know what? He does know. He's making a bunker here. He is trying to get a tech lab rolling out as well. And that's no good sign. He only has those 3 Marines, of course, with those Roaches and the Ravager already pretty much here. The Overlord as well, providing vision. So even if they do get pushed off of the high ground, I mean, they're still going to be able to shoot off the low grounds here. SCVs are going to have to be pulled. And this could be quite a bit of damage being taken here. Does not want to lose that Marine in before he actually manages to grab it into the bunker. Cuddlebear in a, well, certain pickle here. Definitely not going his way right now. The Cyclone finally does come out, but already having lost 9 workers. I don't know if this is anywhere winnable anymore for Cuddlebear. He did send out those, the barracks to the other side, but losing. Oh no, actually does manage to pick off the Ravager, but the Cyclone getting killed off here as well. More workers fall. 14 workers in total, and more are most likely gonna fall with these Roaches still being alive here. And GG has to be called. Cuddlebear taps out Vanya. What a incredible build order win there. As always, unfortunate seeing a build order win like that, but that is, you know what, that is all the more reason to go for that quick pull. I mean, it doesn't look like you lose all too much, and you gain so much value just defensively if it does turn out to be one of those rush builds. As you could see, that was just slapped the heck down. Now, maybe Reaper opening would have been a little bit better against the Zergling opening. Of course, maybe he would have been able to snowball a little bit more. And with a Reaper force, might have been able to keep the Roaches on the other side of the map. But ultimately, Reapers do even worse against Roaches than Marines do, pretty much. So I'm not even sure if that would have been the right choice. Anyway, game number 5 will be taking place on Simulacrum. And this could already, of course, be the final game for the evening here, guys. With Vanya being on match point right now. Being a little bit of a troublemaker here for our Alpha X Terran, who needs to win 4 games in a row. can he do it? Can he do it? Is there a possibility for him to make the comeback happen? You know what? I think we all kind of hope for it. I think we all kind of just desire a little bit of Cuddle Bear magic to be taking place here. But Vanya is looking very gosh darn strong. And I told you in the start, Vanya definitely just a favorite overall here. One of those players that you can never underestimate. He can take a game off of any opponents. Anyway, wait, I did the scores wrong. Let me get this right, and then we will hop into it. There we go, guys. Into game number 5. In the top left side, we have a green a green Terran player from Alpha X and the US of A. It is a Cuddle Bear. In the bottom right side, a little bit of a chat happening here. Friendly banter, always nice to see that. Anyway, in the bottom right side, the Russian, the B100 Esports team player. He is Vanya. 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 Not gonna go for that pull first this time around. You know, it was a good gamble the previous round, but this time around, probably not wanting to go for it, as it is very unlikely for Cuddle Bear to do another proxy Rex here. Unfortunately for him, though, it means that a proxy Rex probably would have been, you know what, more successful this time around. And it would have been the, the previous round. So yeah, Vanya pretty much in the headspace of Cuddle Bear right now. Absolutely reading his opponents. And as they said before, what did they say exactly? Mind gamer. Whoa, if anyone is a mind gamer, it is you after that last game. And yeah, I mean, he's still doing it. He's still reading the situation. He's still just kind of doing the build all that he needs to against whatever Cuddle Bear opens up with. Every single time, pretty much, we see Vanya gaining the initiative here. Wow, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Just a millisecond too late with that SUV towards the third base. Of course, that SUV had to check the second base first of all. The natural base. Wanted to make sure that nothing too crazy is going on. Now, he does have a Reaper this time around, so he's going to be able to kind of do the micro dance once again with the Ling and Reaper micro. Trying to grab that that creep tumor, but look at how safe he actually is being with that creep tumor. Now, not even going to be able to grab that one. Of course, the one game that we did see Cuddle Bear win was the game on, I think it was Everdream, right? Where he managed to get a whole load of those creep tumors very early on. And just kind of kept the ball rolling. This time around, though, not the case. Not the case just yet. He does still have that Reaper, though, so he might be able to still push in somewhere with those Hellions as well. And try to... oh, but he's in the main base, though. Mr. Reaper, man, what are you doing? Oh, it's gonna get a drone, actually. That's a big deal. That is a big catch indeed. Does have 2 kills, in fact. Might have been a Ling as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, so 1 Ling and 1 drone here being killed off by that Reaper. And that is, you know what? It's not a creep tumor, but it's pretty darn good in my opinion. I'm not going to complain about that one. If I were Cuddle Bear, I would be pretty darn happy. I just killed a drone of Vanya. But then again, I don't have any reason to believe that I could win the game. So just getting any picks here would put me over the moon. Would feel like a game-winning victory already. Even though I would lose the game, ultimately, I would feel like I actually won. Because I killed a worker in the start of the game. Alright, Cuddle Bear now. You know what? Having that force of the Hellions and the Reaper. The Overlord here being zoned out so far. Not going to be able to really push in here whatsoever. And try to get a scout on that battlecruiser. Now, Vanya, I mean, build order-wise, is kind of going for the... Oh, nice positioning with those Hellions. Knew that there was still that creep tomb that was low HP. So great stuff there from Cuddlebear. Great awareness. Is even going to be able to grab that queen. Oh my god. Oh, 2 HP remaining. That is some nasty survivability on that queen. Anyway, Vanya here going for a whole lot of roaches. And those roaches could be trouble against the Battlecruiser build that Cuddlebear is going for. Those Hellions may have been a little bit too aggressive here for Vanya, really, to just stay on the back foot and not go for some sort of build that can really punish a whole lot of Hellions. And there we have more Hellions right now. I'm not even sure if Cuddlebear is truly aware. He was chasing down those lings, and now, you know what? Here they are, the Roaches and the Ravagers. Does manage to pick off one pretty quickly, but the wall immediately falls here. Nothing too much for Cuddlebear to do, and he's going to be supply blocked as well pretty heavily. Cuddlebear trying to target down the Ravagers here with the Hellions. That's the most crucial targets for him to get right now. The Battlecruiser is going to have his work cut out for him. This is not looking too swell for Cuddlebear. He's in a lot of trouble. Did go for that third base as well. But oh my dear lord, that's so many workers now dying. Needs to keep them safe, needs to run them away here, but 25, and it's just gonna keep ticking upwards here. More links in a natural base as well. They're nowhere safe. And oh my dear lord, Cuddlebear on his last leg. Looks like he will be taken out here by the Russian Zerg, who does not take prisoners. Breaks the wall here. 37 workers have gone down already. The Battlecruiser, it is a pretty strong vessel, but it's not going to be able to safeguard the final remaining SCVs. GG is called. Vanya is our victor here. A very quick series, unfortunately. Vanya just a little bit too tough, perhaps, for Cuddlebear right now at this time period, but yeah, that was very well played by Vanya nonetheless. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do one final shout out for one of our sponsors, if you do not mind, before we do head on over to another Alpha X streamer, hopefully. Otherwise, we might raid Kraton or something like that. Anyway, G Fuel, no wait, we already did G Fuel. We're going to do F-Bomb. F-Bomb, we want to give them a huge shout out as they are one of our official sponsors. F-Bomb makes the portable and delicious snacks that are perfect for a low-carb, keto, and paleo diets. There we go. They're best known for their all-natural macadamia nut butter package and pork sticks, keto crunch cheese crisps. And, well, yeah, if you're looking to cut carbs and eat healthier, then start dropping those F-bombs, guys. I'm not kidding. F-bombs are great. Go get them. Go get them. Go get healthy. Go get that food. All right, let me try and find out now who we are going to be doing a thing for. Let me see who is online right now. We can see clearly now. The rain is gone. All right, so Kraton is online. He's playing. He's casting some stuff. All right, so let's do a raid for Kraton Olsen. There we go, guys. Let's go say hi to him. Let's give him a warm welcome. He's one of the Alpha X members after all, and he's a great guy. Yeah, hard to say anything else. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you too. Hope you enjoyed that short, brief finals here. Congratulations to Vanya once again, and see you next time. Bye-bye.